Hello, welcome to Wrestle Factor's Money in the Bank 2019 predictions video. I'm Josh, this is Jay, as always, and we're just going to run down each match one at a time, give our predictions, what we think is going to happen in the show, and at the very end, we got something a little special for you as well, so stick tuned to the very end. Stay tuned to the end.
Obviously, before we get into it, just quick, whoever wins the predictions has the choice of either adding 10 points to their total roster's score for the fantasy league, or negating a person on the opposite roster's points for the week.
The week coming up.
Yes.
So if he wins and picks Seth Rollins' points negated, that means the Raw and SmackDown after Money in the Bank, he gets nothing. So, all right, so let's get started. What match is up first?
So coming off the kickoff show, we have a tag team match, not even for the titles, between Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos. Who do you got?
I've got Daniel Bryan and Rowan to win this match.
Straightforward.
Yeah,
Same
because
thing. Same here.
they even announced it on SmackDown.
I think so. They had a quick graphic pop up.
Yeah. But
side prediction, just for funsies. Do you think this will change to a tag team match?
like a title match?
Yes, title match.
No. Which makes me wonder if the Usos aren't actually going to win because it's a non-title match.
Yeah. No, just for fun, I will say that it's going to change to a tag title match. Yeah.
But that's not like an official prediction from
No,
you.
that'll just be like a in parentheses plus one.
It's just what you think might happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of a pitch.
Okay.
Per game.
So who do you think is going to win?
Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Okay.
You know, I think both Raw and SmackDown they need good tag team champions.
Right.
Keep the belts on. So next up, we've got the Cruiserweight Championship. Tony Nese defending the title against Arya Daivari. I don't watch 205 Live.
I don't either, so my pick is just based on the fact that he just recently became champion. I'm going to go with Tony Nese on this one.
Same.
I really have nothing else besides that.
Keep that ugly purple title on.
Yeah.
I keep it on your shoulder, Tony Nese. Don't cover up those abs. Next up, we got the United States Championship match. Rey Mysterio challenging Samoa Joe. Who do we got?
I have decided to go with Samoa Joe on this one. Shocker. Because, honestly, no real reason. Like, he keeps getting rolled up in his non-title matches, but at WrestleMania, he totally flattened Rey.
Pretty much. I think Joe's gonna win. They'll probably try and transition this into a Joe versus Dominic match for custody of Rey.
Yeah,
Why
for
not?
custody of Rey match.
Exactly. But yeah, Samoa Joe retaining. Next up, singles match: Roman Reigns versus Elias.
How about you go first this time?
All right. So Rowan won at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be really building up Elias. So I'm gonna go with Elias.
Really?
Not necessarily gonna be clean. Probably gonna be some shenanigans involved, but
all that matters is you think Elias is getting the win, by whatever means that is.
Yes, Elias will win the match.
Okay. I'm going with Roman Reigns because he's Roman Reigns. And if you let Elias get a clean win over Roman, like you've been doing all this build, what's the point of letting Elias beat him?
Sure. That's why I'm saying it won't necessarily be a clean win, but it should still be a win.
Okay.
Next match, let's go on to the steel cage match between Miz and Shane McMahon. This is a tough one, honestly. They had the one Mania match, which Shane obviously came out victorious. So, yeah, theoretically, it should go that the Miz would get the win.
Is that your pick?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Officially, I am predicting the Miz will win.
Okay. Same for me. I think the Miz is going to come out of this one on top. I think it's time for him to get his comeuppance to get Shane for putting his hands on his father and, actually, like, getting the sneak win at WrestleMania. I think it's time for the Miz to actually get one on Shane.
All right. Before we get on to the major title picture, let's go into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Got Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Ali, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy. Who do you have?
This one was a little tough. I had the two obvious picks, I think. But ultimately, I think that the winner is going to be Drew McIntyre. It was either him or Andrade, but I think Drew is the one they're going to put the briefcase on.
Well, that works out perfectly because my prediction is Andrade.
Okay, then.
I think having Selena Vega just kind of carrying that briefcase around be a good look.
I agree. I think that would be a good character thing for her.
Plus, I know that they are pretty high on Andrade. Whether or not they like to show it, I think they definitely think of him as being more main event star than one.
I just kind of think this is something that Drew needs. He's kind of been flattened out ever since you got involved with the mid cards, like Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, Elias in parts.
Just being stuck with all that.
He's just kind of like stagnant at the moment. Like they want him to be this guy that just like can beat up anyone, but if he's just like sticking around these same guys, it's not really proving anything. So if he just has like his ticket into the main event, like.
Yeah, but I feel like Drew McIntyre could still get into the main event. Like he doesn't.
He could if they want him to.
He could use something like that right now, but he doesn't necessarily need it.
Right. I also think it's just kind of the Money in the Bank like cash in concept itself is just kind of a heel thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's something Drew definitely would do.
Something Andrade could do.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Continuing with that, go on to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match between Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Rose, Ember Moon, and...
Oh, is EC3 commenting on this match?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I mean, he might be.
I mean, three-man booth got 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
I'll let you pick first.
Oh, I get to pick. Oh. Honestly, it's gonna go against my secret prediction that I have for later. But out of all the women that have been built up for this match, I think it's gonna be Naomi.
Okay. Unfortunately.
I mean, nothing really against her, but I feel like with all you have in this match between Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, even Natalya to a certain extent, I feel like there's plenty of good stuff, but they just haven't really been built up.
Yeah. My pick, even though I just said it's kind of a heel thing to cash in, I think I'm going to go with Bayley. She's like as far away from being a heel as you can be, pretty much, but that she was pretty much the only one out of all these women that was kind of playing around with the women's title picture, like after WrestleMania was done and they did the whole draft. I think that maybe she is the one that could just go on to win the briefcase. Ember Moon was a close second too, because I really want them to push her. But honestly, you could just draw names out of a hat for the SmackDown women anyway, because this past week they did no build whatsoever.
Yeah, you had half of them weren't even on one show, and then the other half were in a match where a competitor from said match wasn't even in it.
Yeah.
And she won.
Yeah. Next,
we'll do the Raw Women's Championship. We got Becky Lynch, Becky 2 belts, pulling double duty this Sunday, going up against Lacey Evans, defending her Raw Championship. Who do you got?
I've got Becky to retain.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch fan.
This is obviously like something that's pretty hard to predict with it being a double title defense. It really just kind of depends on where in the show all this is laid out. Because if they do one and then the other, like A lot of people are going to think that second match she's going to lose it. So
yeah.
But if they let her open it and then they let her do her second match close to the end, like I could definitely see like a double retention maybe. But I don't know. I just think they really built her up as someone that could not only like beat Ronda Rousey but also beat Charlotte Flair in the same match. Became a double champ. They rarely do that.
Yeah.
So this is just me hoping for the best. I think they're going to push her at least through this pay-per-view as being double champ, and I think that pretty much just gives away my next prediction.
Honestly, I'm going to go with Becky too.
Okay.
For this match.
So that pretty much gives away the SmackDown Women's Championship match. I think Becky is retained there as well.
So yeah, we'll go straight on to that for SmackDown Women's Championship. We got Becky Lynch going up against Charlotte Flair. Obviously, we're going for Becky. Honestly, I'm just gonna go with Becky too. It's probably the safest bet because who knows what WWE will do. Yeah.
Okay.
Becky, all around.
Becky.
Keep them belts. Onward to the world title picture for the Universal Championship. We've got Seth Rollins defending the big red belt against AJ Styles.
Who have you got?
See, this is a difficult part because I know who I want to win, and
Right.
then I have.
But this isn't a who do you want to win contest.
Yes.
This is who do you think is going to win contest.
But at the same time, it's so difficult going up against my boy AJ. But
There's nothing wrong with that.
But like I said in our podcast this week, I really hope this is a feud that they will go on to continue. So
Yeah.
for that reason, I'm going to go with Seth to retain.
A lot of similar predictions for our first video. So I was also going to pick Seth to retain. So
I just looked at it and I realized I do have the Raw Women's Championship on here already. On here twice. Cool. And I believe leaves us with the final main card prediction: WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston defending the title against Kevin Owens. Possibly with Sami Zayn at ringside?
I can see Sammy and Xavier being at ringside for this match.
Perhaps.
Because Kevin was kind of showing that he can even up the odds this week. So
Xavier might still be injured and Sammy might have been taken out from the lineup. Who knows? We'll see. But who do you got?
I have got Kevin Owens to win the title.
Really?
Really.
You think they're going to take the belt off?
I think they're going to cut this underdog story short. I think because I think Seth and Becky are retaining their belts. I think Kevin is the one to dethrone his champion that he's fighting. I don't know. I think that like the Kofi Kingston like underdog story winning the title. I think it was a great story, and I liked it. But how long do you let that go on for before people are just kind of tired of him being champion?
Exactly.
If you cut it short, then you just you can kind of do that like race for the title again.
Yeah.
That's another 2-3 months of storyline right there. And plus, you can also do this build where Kevin finally gets his comeuppance as a heel. So I think Kevin is winning the belt.
All right. Good argument. Good argument.
Don't change it because I know what you were gonna say. You were gonna say Kofi.
I mean, let's keep it interesting, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Kofi to retain.
Yeah. We got to keep them different to a degree.
I don't see it being a super long reign, but I don't think they're going to take the belt off that quick.
They might wait till Super Showdown, you think? Maybe?
I don't think it's going to be there.
Or even Extreme Rules?
Yeah, probably Extreme Rules. The next actual pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Is that all the matches we have?
I believe so.
Okay. So we each have one more prediction. We talked about this before the video, that we each wanted to have just an extra prediction related to Money in the Bank, and obviously, if you get it right, you get a point. But if your prediction is wrong, the other person gets a point for this. So, my prediction that I came up with is I think that neither one of the briefcases will be cashed in on the show. That is my prediction.
All right.
And I don't mean like if they attempt to cash in and fail,
like there won't be a full cash in.
There won't be a full cash in, regardless of whether they win the title or not. If they actually cash it in and start the match, then I have got that prediction wrong. But if they attempt and it gets cut short, I still win. So, what is your extra prediction?
Mine kind of goes the opposite direction with that. And like I said, it kind of goes against my prediction for the women's ladder match. I think the Raw Women's Championship is going to go on first.
Okay.
Becky will win. And then they'll do the SmackDown title later. And Bayley will cash in to make it a triple threat.
Oh, so they won't even finish the match, or she'll do it before it even starts.
Her being just the lovable Bayley, she'll be like, no, I want to be in this as well.
So you think
and
Bayley? Okay.
I'm not changing my prediction for the outcome. Becky will still win, but I believe Bayley will cash in to make it a triple threat.
So I have to specify this. If someone else wins the women's Money in the Bank match and does that cash in,
no,
that does not count.
It will not count. If that
it has
same
to be
setup
Bayley.
still happens, but it is not Bayley, it will not count.
Okay.
It will only be Bayley cashing in to make a triple threat.
Okay. Well, those are our predictions for Money in the Bank 2019. Make sure you watch this weekend so you find out what happens, and then come back next week for the podcast. So we'll see you later.